2020. And at the time, there were reports that claimed that he was shot by protesters or by hoodlums pretending to be protesters. Now, the family members have come out to say something very different to the IGP. According to The Punch, they've written a petition to Mohammed Adamu, the Inspector General of Police. They've actually written what is called a pre-action letter. And here's what they are saying in that letter, according to The Punch. They're claiming that Erin Folami was shot when he and his colleagues were dispersing protesters. They're saying his colleagues decided to open fire and accidentally shot him through the stomach. They claim the officers who allegedly shot him left him to die. The family is making three demands. First, they want the prosecution of the officers involved. Second, they want the police force to pay for the funeral. And third, they want compensation for the widow and children. According to The Punch, was sent on the 28th of October. We're still trying to get a comment from the police command. But there's been a lot of debate over who exactly were responsible for the deaths of police officers in October.
Touch Radio, your best companion in infotainment.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Straight Talk. My name is David Lucas. Today we're going to be looking at the beginning of a series that we are going to be running on Straight Talk. We start a series which we titled Nigeria, Story of a Failed Nation. Like you all know, this is going to be the part one. We're going to run it for about 6 or 7 weeks. We want to be looking at, we want to x-ray the country called Nigeria, and we are going to be looking at how this nation has failed its citizens. And we are not going to be x-raying the problems of Nigeria alone, but we're also going to be looking at how we can profess solutions to the problems of Nigeria. Now, you are welcome once again to Straight Talk. Yeah, welcome back. Now, from the intro that you heard, it was a family of the slain Inspector Ayodeji Erefolami that was killed by his colleague during the NSAS protest in Surulere. And you all know what happened on that day. That was on the 12th of October. That was when the guy was killed by his colleague. And that day, I think there were two people that died. Ayodeji died, and one other man in his car. We were told, that when the protester got to the police station, the police, they came out and, they were trying to chase away the protester. And one of the officers came out with his rifle and he, started shooting. And unfortunately for him, the bullet hit Ayodeji and he died. And the other man that was inside his car too he too died when the bullet, hit him. And the police started, they said it was the protester that killed Ayodeji. But later they agreed that one of their colleagues, was the culprit. But like you heard from the introduction, the family of Ayodeji Erefolami, who happens to be, who was working before he died with the anti-cultism and kidnapping unit of the Lagos State Command. The family are saying, one, that they want the IG to prosecute the officers that were involved, in the killing of Ayodeji. And two, that the police force should pay for his funeral. And lastly, that the police should compensate the widow and her children. Well, that is for the slain police officer. We are going to be. There's something else that I want to read to you. You know, during the week, the Nigerian police sent a letter to the Anikulapo family. That's Sheun Kuti and Femi Kuti, and they said they should not hold the rally which they had planned to hold at the African Shrine of Agedengbe in Ikeja. And the letter, was sent to them, and Touch Radio Nigeria, we were given a copy of the letter, and which I want to read it to our listeners so that they can have an idea of what the content of the letter is. Now, let me quickly read the letter so that we can go straight from there. Now, welcome back. Now, the letter is from the Divisional Police Officer, Alausa Division, dated 10 November, year 2020, and it's addressed to the manager, African Shrine, number 1, Nerix Road, Agidingbi, Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. The title is Mass Meeting of a Movement of the People, tagged NSAS Movement, Lessons and Task. I write under the corporate social responsibilities and your precedented support to Alausa Police Station about the mass meeting of a movement of the people tagged NSAS Movement, Lessons and Task, which is to emerge on Tuesday, 17th November 2020 by 12 noon, venue African Shrine, Ikeja, Lagos. I want to quickly recall your attention to the recent NSAS protest nationwide, which staged the nation in the last 5 weeks and end up being violent, causing multifarious destruction, lootings, and burning down of government and private properties within the borders of the state, as well as causing deaths and injuries to both security agents and innocent law-abiding citizens. It is on this premise that I write that such a gathering or meeting planned to be hosted at your venue is not welcome at this perilous time, when the security of the nation is trying to find her foot to stabilize all threats to life and properties. You are hereby warned to suspend such gathering, as any infraction that may emerge from the gathering will be tagged a deliberate action to sabotage the transition and restoration of the peace of Lagos State by the Lagos State government and the Nigerian police force. While counting on your positive and prompt response to this call, your usual cooperation on this regard is highly solicited. Please. Signed, CSP Akoje. He is the DPO, Alausa Division, on the 10th, 11, 2020. And the letter is also copied to the Commissioner of Police, the Nigerian Police, the Department of Finance and Administration, State Headquarters, Ikeja. Now, that is the letter.
Touch Communications, your best companion in infotainment.
Yeah, welcome back. Now, from that letter, where the planned MOP rally had been suspended by the Anikulapo family, and from it we can see now that based on our constitution, which stipulates that there is we can gather, we can associate, but now you can see that in Nigeria today, gathering or associating is seen or is an offense. Well, let's see how events turn out as days pass by. Now, we are going to be talking more about police, the Nigerian police force. Like I told you, we are looking at the story of a failed nation, the security uh, of our nation today. There's a story I want to also share with you about the guru. You all know who the guru is. Guru is a journalist, is a veteran journalist who had served with various media houses for over 40 years. His name is Godwin Etabwebu. He shared his experience also with us, with his friend who happened to be, though his friend is late now, he happened to be a former commissioner of police. His name is David Isong. He said himself and David Isong went out, one night, and when they got to Obalende area, something happened. I just want you to be very, very attentive, so you listen to the guru's experience, his story about the Nigerian police, so that you can know the kind of police that we have in Nigeria. All right.
Touch Radio, your best companion in infotainment.
With a friend who was then a commissioner of police. The late David Isang, he rose to become police public relation officer. I think it was the second or so full-fledged commissioner of police to take over that position. He later left here, transferred to Benue as a commissioner of police for that state, but unfortunately, there was a battle between some people there and some people from Cross River, and because he was from Itu in Cross River, so the Inspector General of Police quickly moved him out before they would say he brought it to man to fight them. So he was posted to Ondo State as Commissioner of Police. From Ondo State, he was posted to Benin, Bede State as Police Commissioner. So we went out that night. At around 1:30 or thereabout, early in the morning, we got to this Falomo, and we met the woods on the road that blocked the road.
Yeah.
And the sergeant, deadly drunk, came to us. I think he had Mark 4 he had that time, because AK-47 had not become too much a common property. So he asked us, where are you people coming from? Then we said we went out to where coming. He said, okay, you must tell me the place you visited. I want to know the name, and you put the address down. Before you now tell me your addresses. Are two of you staying together? We say yes, two of us are living in this house. Okay. Then the man now said we should go there and get a paper, that is a paper, and this is there. In the roadside, follow me.
Wow.
Then David now wanted to do something. Then I quickly got closer to him. Then I told him, we are not carrying anything. No. Sure, you know. This Mark 4, I will know it's cock and fire. But if you come upon us, one bullet could throw 300 people away. So let us be full. Then we now told this, Oga, sorry, sir. We started begging. Then he said, okay, so you are begging me to release you. So you are begging officer to release you. So you know that I'm an officer in charge of this movement. All right. I will release you in my own terms. But for the time being, go and sit down there.
Wow.
In about 30 minutes or 1 hour, we can now negotiate under which condition. So two of us went to the place he showed us, and we sat at the ground. And as we were there was a patrol team coming.
Oh, wow.
A patrol that was checking on them. And of course, the patrol was led by ASP, one star. So immediately we saw the patrol team, I got up. Then the sergeant said, did I give you order to get up? Is it because I want to go and salute my guy? I said, no. I said, that your guy is my friend. He said, yeah, you did not say this all this time. And I got to the man. So when the man saw me, and he heard me saying, you are my friend, but he didn't recognize me. So I got to him and I gave him my identity card. He said, yeah. Then he said, are you the Godwin? We know you feel at headquarters. Then I told him, look behind me.
I see the person.
Then he shouted. That is security in Nigeria. No country in the world. And we heard Padre Osayede saying it now.
Yeah.
welcome back. That was the experience of the guru himself, Godwin Etabwebu, sharing with us the kind of police men that we have in our country, drunk, carrying Mark 4. You can imagine what would have happened if they had, challenged him or, refused to obey his commands. We are, in fact, we are in a serious nation that things are just happening. We are going to go on a short musical break. When we come back, we are going to continue on Nigerian police under the topic Nigeria, story of a failed nation.
Touch Radio, your best companion in infotainment.
Touch Communications, your best companion in infotainment.
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
yes I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to? Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go? I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
yes I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Every little thing that goes wrong, we start to blame the government. We know everything that goes wrong because we are part of the government. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there, and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh, sure, sure.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
We made mistakes during the oil boom, not knowing that was our doom. Some people now have everything, while many, many have nothing. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall.
Touch Radio,
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria?
Touch Communications,
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
yes I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Green revolution.
Touch
is a
Radio,
reality.
your
Let's
best
give it a
companion in
chance to grow.
infotainment.
Let's join now.
Yeah, welcome back. That was Sonny Okosun with Which Way Nigeria. Yeah, we are still on the show Straight Talk, and I am David Lucas. Now we are looking at the Nigerian police, Nigeria, story of a failed nation. I want you to listen to another victim of SARS brutality. The story of a young man that was raided, in his shop at the Alaba Market in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. and by the SARS operatives, and he was thrown from the, I think, two-story building, and the guy got his spinal cord, broken. And you will listen to him and also the mother of that young man. Let's listen to his account.
Said SARS operatives arrested him in his shop at Alaba International Market in 2018. The petitioner, who was accompanied by his mother to the venue, said he was traumatized after the incident, which has left him in a wheelchair.
As they break my warehouse, sold my market. Now they try to raise alarm, make people can't see waiting. Now the pin harms are rumor. Now other men made them that keep me busy. As they push me go up, now from there they push me from that two-story building. They carry me go dump me for one hospital. From there my mom dressed me. Come carry me go to Igbobi. They reject me before they transfer me go to Lutz.
His mother says he wants justice for now.
The person wey dey care for me, na me I come dey care for am. That bonbon wey I don wash when e dey small, na I come dey wash now. Na me dey fight food, na me be football team, na me be goalkeeper, na me dey play center forward, na me dey play all round now. You know what football team mean? Na so, but even not Jehovah, God of tender mercies. Maybe I for don't die now.
She wants the members of the panel to do the needful to bring the perpetrators of this crime to book. Obiunume, BIT News, Lagos.
One more time. Let's say Nigeria.
Touch Radio, your
Touch
first
Communications,
companion in
your first
infotainment.
companion in infotainment.
Yeah, welcome back. That was the agonizing mom of a victim of SARS brutality, and we're going to be running series of all the atrocities that are being committed or have been committed by the SARS operatives in Nigeria. By next week, I will bring you the notorious Akuzu unit of SARS in Anambra State. You are going to be hearing the voices of their victims also. But before we go today, I want you to listen to a retired commissioner of police. His name is Amusa Bello. He happens to be the longest serving SARS officers in the history of Nigerian police. The longest serving SARS officer in the history of Nigerian police. He said a lot about SARS operations. The man said when he was dead that SARS was never, they were not that brutal like what it is today. And the man said the whole thing had changed. He said a lot of things, and he said the police, especially SARS, they missed it. Even the Nigeria police itself had missed it. I want you to listen to Amusa Bello, who happens to be the retired commissioner of police. Like I said, is the longest serving SARS. He knows the in and out of SARS operations. Let's listen to him, and I want you to, after listening to him, you judge yourself whether what he said is true or not.
It's a specialized field.
Yes.
Before you move an officer there, you must know that officer. You must know his
Antecedents.
Yeah, exactly. His antecedents. If they search a person who operates as if there's no rule of law, that officer is not qualified to be transferred to federal SARS. It must be someone who is tested and found capable. Somebody who has conscience. There's some tenets that officer must possess that will make him eligible
Okay.
To be moved to federal trust. If he has not, if an officer has not gotten that quality, please, why should not move him there? Because he's going to misbehave over there.
Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you very, very much, sir. Now, in one word, if you would recommend, given your experience and antecedents, if you would recommend for reformation of the police force, where would you want to start your recommendation from?
You see, like in the police town, we have Abakari. DCP Abakari.
Yes.
Is a very nice police officer.
Okay.
He's a very nice police officer. Once he's not misguided,
Yes.
he is a very good material.
Okay.
He's a very nice person. He has conscience.
He has conscience.
But along the line, he can be misused. But once he is not allowed to be misused, he's a very good material.
Okay, sir.
It's a very good material.
Okay, sir. Thank you very, very much. Today, we are going to make it very brief so that I don't bother you with over-questioning, so that you will not resist coming back to me next time when I call you. But let me put it plain to you that 2 weeks ago, I spoke with ACP Samuel Murakio Adebiyi.
A fantastic officer. He's a fantastic officer.
Those who started SARS before you even before you came there.
Welcome back. That was the retired Commissioner of Police, Amusa Bello, saying that of a truth, SARS needs to a great reform, and we are looking, forward to the day when that reform will come. The one we heard was that SARS had been, scrapped and SWAT, formed. But the man said it is beyond forming SWAT. It's beyond forming SWAT. It's just the personnel that needs, a lot of reforms. Before we go today, like I told you, it's going to be a series. By next week, I'm going to bring in to you an interview with the retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Pari Osanyade. He too, he said a lot about the Nigerian police, and you are going to hear him. Osanyade is a police that is tested, well known. You all, if you are a student of history, you will recall that this man was brought to limelight by the then president Maradona. That is IBB. IBB brought him to limelight when he drafted him from Makurdi to Benin during the time when the notorious armed robber Lawrence Anene was terrorizing Bende State then and its environ. And this man was able to capture Lawrence Anene and his gang, Monday Osubo and the rest. And by next week, you will listen to his interview and his own submission about the Nigerian police. We are going to stop, for today. By next week, we are going to meet again. Thank you so much for being part of today's program. My name is David Lucas. So long.
Touch Radio, your best companion in infotainment.
Lately when we see them, they talk about change. They say it is their turn now to be leaders of the people. Tell them I've been there many, many times before, and no one can trick me with honey mouth again. Lately when we meet them, they flex their muscles up. They talk about bravery and courage never seen. Tell them I know Buko and heroes when now they beg. Real man now for action, no be for mouth, yo. Here comes the fire hitting that. My Lord with arrows in his eyes. never be the same again.